Yes, great. I think we're live, Nathalie.
Okay.
Which is awesome. I'm really happy to do this today with you. So thank you, first of all, so much for being here. Very cool. Yeah. So I'm talking today to Nathalie Doremieux. Do I say that right?
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. We are talking today about membership sites, and specifically for coaches, which I like. The people that I work with sometimes also come like from teaching background or all that. So I would say coaches, teachers, everybody that has like in some way an online business. And what I followed you for a while, Nathalie, like already, and I always love the content that you put out there and the ways that you use these memberships in different models, because of course it can be like, it's a great idea to have this membership site and recurring income, but then to get members in and to actually use it well in your business, what I've experienced as well, it can be a lot of work and difficult to get people in. But I find that you solve those things very, very very, very nice. So that's what we are going to talk about today. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Great. So tell me a bit about you. Please introduce yourself.
Sure. So my name is Nathalie Doremieux, and I have been an entrepreneur for now 12 years. We started our business. Actually, I started a business with my husband. So he's my husband as business partner. We started in 2006, and we've evolved a lot. Fast forwarding to now and all the mistakes that we've made, today what we're really focusing on is really helping entrepreneurs succeed online by making tech easy. So that's why, you see me doing all these Facebook Live and things like that. We've now worked with so many entrepreneurs. We focus on building membership sites and online portals for entrepreneurs. And just like you said, what I have seen is that having a pretty website, having a great membership is not enough to get people in and to make money. So that's why I started to talk about the other things that you also need to do to make this work, because I've seen so many great ideas, just not taking off just because of that. So that's basically what I do.
Okay, great. So you're always on the end of the entrepreneur coming to you asking, can you please build me this site? Is that mostly what you do? Yeah.
Exactly. So actually people, I have two sides of the business. I don't know if we've talked about the second part, but we've been building membership sites. And then about 2 years ago, I started to help people and even coach people. Now I am more active in my coaching with the whole strategy behind it, because having an idea and turn it into a profitable business is not an easy task. And some people are just overwhelmed by so many things. One of the things being the tech. So I have people coming that just want the membership built, and that's what we do. But then I have also a coaching practice where I do kind of like tech coaching, where really I take them step by step. I help them choose the tools. So I make it not an issue. Tech is your friend when you're online. Yeah. Tech is your friend, and you don't have to know it. You just have to invest in the right tools, automate so you can scale and focus on your genius. That's really, really important.
That's amazing. I love that. Like, I remember like myself, like I kind of like tech a little bit. Like, my background is dancing. I don't know why, but I still like it a bit, but a bit too much. So it can be very easy.
Yes.
You spend a lot of time like building a difficult system or membership site or even a website. While that's, you have to really put your time in other things, such as creating content, getting new clients, and that's so important. And I see Marianne and Charlotte are here, which is amazing. And Marianne said, yes. Do you recognize that, Marianne, that you put a lot of time in the text of, well, that's amazing to have that organized, and also that it can, you see all these different things out there, and you're like, oh, I'm going to invest in this system, I'm going to do that, and it's so promising, but first you really need to know, like, what is it actually in my business that I want to do with it? Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's so easy to get distracted. You do want to be surrounded by other entrepreneurs who also do things, but you also have to have a clear plan for yourself and stick to it and avoid the shiny object syndrome, right? That's a trap that a lot of people fall into, because it's so easy when you get resistance because you don't know something, you're going to focus on things that you love or that you know how to do. And very often, that's the very things that you should not be working on.
Yes.
Right? So
I'm going to see Marianne says, I said yes to tech as your friend. Great. I love that, because everyone makes it an issue. That's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And Marianne, you know, tech is your friend. That doesn't mean that you do the tech. Tech is your friend. Tech is the thing that is going to help you automate and scale your business. It doesn't mean that you have to learn tech. Tech should be your friend. Tech is not your enemy. Otherwise, you're going to limit yourself so much. Yeah. It has nothing to do with knowing the tech. It's just acknowledging that it's necessary. So you might as well love it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's part of this kind of bit. And it does so much for us. Like, and there's tech issues all the time. I mean,
oh yes.
Yeah, it's just part of it, but it's so true if you have the right tools and the right people to help you with that, like you. That makes a big difference. So I remember we talked about like how a coach like that works a lot one-on-one with people, how they can use a membership site as part of the business model that they are already running.
Okay, so that's actually something that I started really talking about with my client about, I think 2 years ago, is when the first person that was coaching actually came to me. She was actually doing even one-on-one, like offline, like she had a practice. And she came to me and she said, well, you know, I am not tired, but like I feel I keep repeating myself with all these resources that I provide to people. I want to put that on a membership. I don't want them to pay. I just want to put the resource out there because it's going to be useful for all my clients, all my patients, and they can have access still to some content in between calls, in between visits. So that's where the idea started for me. And I'm like, well, she's got something here, right? She said, I'm going to do videos. I'm going to do pamphlets and PDFs. So there's going to be extra resources for them. And I'm going to point to the resources. When we talk one-on-one, I'm going to say, you should go to the resource and check that. That way I don't have to explain it and we save a lot of time. And I saw that was genius. So actually her name is Dr. Dawn Dalili. So I need to give her, proper... that's her idea. Basically, that's how really exactly proper credit. I was looking for the word. So that's the main thing. And I know that you have a membership, and actually you use one of the tools that I love. My favorite membership tool that we can talk about later if you want to. And that's exactly what you do with your coaching. Is you've created. So consciously you said, I'm going to create that area where they can have access to resources. And I think it's not only great for you because you're saving time, but it's also great for your clients because they really feel supported in between calls, right?
Yes.
And it's also great for retention. Let's face it, if you have a membership where they come back to you, then, chances are that they might want to stick around to keep getting access to all these cool resources and replays and things like that. So that's really the first thing when you just you do one-on-one coaching and that's what you want to keep doing, one-on-one or group coaching, and then you can have that. You can even include like a coaching area where they can ask you questions specifically and things like that. There are options to do that. But that's basically the first layer of using a portal or a membership for your coaching business. So it's actually part of your coaching package if you want. But then the next phase is we realized that there were also people, actually Donna Lily started to do that. She said, you know what, I want to create courses now. I want to start helping more people. I want to start helping people all over the world. So she wants to reach more people. And she said, I also want eventually to break down my coaching practice to maybe just like part-time. And I want to start helping those people that one can't come to the office or can't afford me one-on-one.
Yeah.
And of course, when she does that, she's getting more revenues, right? From people that are actually learning on their own, online. So that's where we actually completely redid our membership. She's using Access Ally as well. And we've had it on top of the coaching area. We've had it now courses that people can buy. Okay. So she's added that new side of her business with really expertise that she already had, something that she was teaching one-on-one and that she's being able to translate into material that can be consumed online for people at their own pace all over the world and for a lot cheaper than if they were to come, and see her.
Amazing.
So what I like is that she can still pair it with coaching. So they can purchase like a VIP day, Skype sessions and things like that. So if they want a one-on-one, it's still available, but it's so much more scalable because her time now is not, the time that she spent is not like function of the number of students, right? So she can really scale that part of the business.
Yeah, beautiful. What I really have noticed, what I like also about it is that this does start with working one-on-one with people or maybe in a group program, because what I noticed is like when you start to, I'll go and make a membership site or I go and make a course and you actually haven't done the one-on-one work, that's like kind of a mistake that I see happening and that I almost made. So you put a lot of work in that, but actually you don't know exactly what's needed. And now what I notice is with the one-on-one work, I start to find out, hey, this is a common question. This always comes back. I can actually make this into a video. I can make this into a module or lesson or however you want to call it. And that's how you then can scale, by really knowing your ideal client.
Absolutely. I really think that the best way to know your client is to work with them one-on-one. So that is totally the recipe for success. You start one-on-one, then you can go into group coaching, and then you can go into membership and even mastermind VIP days. Now, some people will decide to stop doing one-on-one work because they want like more free time and they want to do less one-on-one, or maybe they want to be more picky and just work with a certain type of client one-on-one. So that can give you that opportunity as well. There are many reasons why coaches go the membership route, but those are really like the main that I have seen. The other one that I have seen is also and this is for the coaches that are not necessarily like booked out like with a waiting list, okay? But for people that are really feeling the stress and the overwhelm of having to find new clients, either every 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months, wherever, like the stress starts piling up. Oh, I need to find new clients, I need to do something. And because we're focused on clients, we don't do much for promotion. And then we get into promotion. So it's really not efficient because we should really be present all the time, right? So the membership, the recurring membership in that sense is really helping because it's not going to, go like this with the revenues, but it's going to be steady and your revenues are going to be more predictable every month if you do like a recurring monthly membership. So it's really also some of that stress and people that are just tired and overwhelmed of having to chase, and look for clients month after month or every 3 months or something like that. So I have seen that happen too. Like they just want to change the business model and then focus on delivering, content to this tribe and really building an online community, basically.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that community starts to also take care that people stay in, right? If there's a community, you want to be
absolutely,
you want to stay part of
absolutely. Oh yeah, I mean, they say that people join a membership for the content, but they stay for the people.
Yeah.
Right. So and what's amazing about that is because I've had discussion with coaches sometimes. Some of my clients are coaches, not all of them, but and they're like, but I don't want to give away to stop my one-on-one coaching. Well, you don't have to. You actually choose. You get to choose. If you still want to spend 80% of your time on coaching, you can totally do that. Just know that if you do a membership, it is an investment in time. It's a long-term commitment that you're making to people. So you're going to have to either invest your time or invest money for somebody to take care of it for you. But those people are going to need to be taken care of, right? So this is really important. If you're going to add this part of your business, you have to make space for it, basically. But what I'm seeing that is really awesome, and I think that's something that Nathalie does really well, is that she would go from one-on-one to the courses. She doesn't have, well, she just started the membership, the recurring one, but that can be a transition in between coaching sessions, right? Like maybe they can come for like a 4 months coaching program. I think one of your program is 4 months, right? Right.
Mine is 3 months or 6 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 months or 6 months.
Yeah.
So they can go like for a round of coaching, and then they can go into the membership for like maintenance if you want, like, just maybe getting access to you once a month in the Q&A call. Yes, Dr. Nathalie, Marianne. Yes.
Okay.
So it sounds like you know her. And so, they go down that path, and then boom, they found they need coaching again, right? So they rejoin. So you keep top of mind, and then you keep providing resources and value in that community, that sense of community.
Yeah.
So to me, that is a great business model. It's very different than doing one-on-one. So you definitely need to know what you sign up for when you do that. It is a commitment. Oh, you met her last week? Awesome. She's lovely. I've been working with her for quite a few years now. We've redone her site, and she was more like just the portal. Nothing was paid. And now she's like, okay, I'm ready to take it to the next level. So we're just completing and finishing it down.
So does she has like 2 ways, like either people work with her one-on-one or in a group program more live and then go into the membership, and then also people that just have the membership and later may go more for the personal coaching.
Exactly. So she has like a physical practice where you can go and one-on-one. I don't know if she does one-on-one live online, but she has a physical practice. And then she has online courses. So she has one on weight, one on energy, and one on beauty, self-beauty. And then she has the recurring membership that we are putting in place. I don't think it's available now. So yet. So that's what she has. So she still has the coaching practice, but then she's building this other side, which is really allowing her to expand her reach. So not only the number of people that she can work with, that she can help, but also people that just cannot come to the practice, or that cannot afford her, because the price is going to be different, right? If people learn online. So and that's a model that I see working really, really well. And like you said, your people so well, right? That it makes it a lot easier because they're actually telling you the content that they want.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, absolutely. No, I really love that model. But imagine that you are new to this. So you're coach already, or you start to work now, maybe you worked in a different kind of setting, and right now you start your own business as a coach. Can you then still use a membership site? Like, would it be something to use from the beginning, or how would you do that?
I think you could do several things. You don't have to. There are coaches that have nothing online. They don't even have a website. So I'm not saying you need one to make money. Yeah. I'm just saying that this is a great model, and it will help you differentiate yourself from other coaches. And it also going to help build that relationship with your clients. beyond the call. There is the call, like the coaching call that we get, and it's just on the phone. We don't see the people, and it's like once a month, and then you have to wait for next month, and you barely remember their name. Sometimes it's like you don't have that relationship. When you're in there, and then you can automate your emails so that people can get regular resources sent to them. You know how you check this, blah, blah, blah. So you keep top of mind between the calls, right? So that's really important. Like if you do group coaching with Accessalize, so that's the membership plugin that we use, that you use, I use it as well for mine. You can basically share, like if you use Zoom, for example, you can actually have buttons with the date and time and the link, and they can directly go to the Zoom right from the membership. So they know they can just log in and they can see when it is, they click and they're in there. You record it. Once it's done, you go back to the membership, you remove the date, you replace it with the video URL, and they have access to the replay. Anyone that couldn't attend, it's right there.
That's amazing. I didn't know that. So use Accessalize, but I put in the replays afterwards, but I didn't know I can actually host it.
You can. Actually, I have another coaching client, a name. I can say the name. Her name is Jane Riley. It's Vibrant Women. And she's got group coaching programs. And I think she's got maybe 10 or 15 groups. I mean, really a lot of groups. What we've built with Accessalize, this is to give you an idea of how far we can go. You don't have to go that far, okay? But when somebody signs up, they can choose a group that they want to belong to, and we limit the space to 10 people. So they can see the ones that are available. Accessalize allows you to say only 10 people can join this. Once they click, we know they've joined. And basically it will show them like the dates and the link to the Zoom. So she's got like a Zoom that is like a recurring Zoom link. So she's creating one. It's actually created in her CRM, and we can automatically display it in the membership. I mean, it's crazy what you can automate when yes, it's Accessalize, exactly. What you can automate when you really start putting strategies. And that's what I love about this tool, because it's so logical and it's very generic. So when you look at it, it's like, well, I don't know what I can do. But once you know what you can do, then sky is almost the limit, because there is so much. You see what I mean? It's not like all these platforms that are pre-made. They look great. They look easy to use. But the minute you try to do something different, well, you can't. Right? Versus the tools that are very, very flexible, but when you look at them, it looks like you can't do anything. Where do I start? That's where people like me and other people building membership site come in. We come with the strategy, and we say, okay, what are you trying to do? What do you think your people want? These are options. Now, bear in mind as well that all that we talk about, those are memberships that have been built over several years, right? You don't have to start that complicated. It can really start with being able to automate the fact that when somebody signs up to your coaching program, they automatically have an account created inside some type of portal where they have access to resources. Maybe there is a welcome video, right? Thank you, Marianne. So maybe there is a welcome video there. So maybe there is a welcome video inside. Maybe there are steps like come and join the Facebook group, introduce yourself, fill out your profile. Maybe there is a member directory, right? That I don't know if you use that in Accessalize, but it has like a member directory where basically members can see each other. So, and you can decide, what info you want to share, so people can kind of like interact with each other if you want to, right? So it's all about, at the end, really building that relationship and really take it one step further, because no matter what, even if like we can see each other, we still are not in the same room, right? Once you end the Be Live, this is it, right? So having this place where they know they can come back anytime if they have a question, they can see a resource, you keep top of mind through emails that are automated, you keep the relationship going. And I think that this is going to be better for your clients, better for you, and you're probably going to have more of your clients that are going to keep coming back and continue to sign up because of the extra value that this platform is bringing. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I go. Yeah. You get yourself.
I think I did. So what I really love about that is I notice already, like, still my business still growing, right? But I notice already, like, being like top of mind and being there like all the time can cost a lot of energy, can be really demanding. So what you say right now, I think it's so beautiful to lay that foundation and then be able that it can really grow without, you know, also really having to be online yourself all the time, but actually building in systems that have that covered for you. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Exactly. So you still want to build it and make sure it can scale. So it's really not one of the mistakes, but one of the things to really watch out for when you build a membership is to not overpromise. Like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this because I can, because you have to be able to sustain that in the long run. It's better to promise less and then over deliver. Like say, okay, we're going to do a call every quarter. And then you say, you guess what? We're going to do a call every month. And then everybody is happy, right? Instead of saying, let's do a call every week. And then you're like, okay, no, I can't do that anymore. You know, I have to do a call, I have to put a replay, I have to do all that stuff. That's too much work and people get burnt out. Right. Yeah. So that's really the key. So that's why having like a platform where you can set like a first level, like one thing, maybe a library, starts with a library of resources, something that you can record or that you already have. It's amazing the number of assets that we have, right, in our computers and stuff, right? Yeah.
And also it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I learned, because it's like, if I make a membership, I need to make this perfect video.
No. Exactly. And that's also the danger when you do it yourself is, you know, we are perfectionists. Oh, I can do better than that, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at the websites of very successful people, how they got started. It's really about your message and connecting with people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It should be pretty, it should be functional, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I like to say great now is better than perfect never.
Oh, I love that. Great now is better than perfect never. Okay, that's amazing. That's really good.
Because that's what happens with a lot of people. It's like, oh, I want to build my membership site. The number of people I have in my Facebook group that haven't launched because they're still working on it, but they're not working on the promotion. They are not working on the list building. They are not working on building that relationship. They're working on the tech. And I'm like, if you want to do it yourself, just take a platform that's already built. You pay every month, you're going to pay royalties and things like that, but don't learn the tech unless you want to make it your business.
Yeah, this professionals who can do that. Yeah, I so agree with you, and I definitely tend to. I don't know. Do we still hear you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am here.
I missed you for a moment, but maybe it was me. Let me see. Charlotte is asking, so do you offer the membership for free in some situations or always paid? Good question.
Oh, actually, there are free memberships. So one thing that you can do that not a lot of membership plugins allow you to do, but Access Ally is one thing that they allow you to do, is to create a free level. And basically, what I suggest to people is to have a free level so that you can get your members 1 foot inside, because then you can have teasers. So in that free level, you can put your freebie. Maybe you have a PDF, maybe you have a video, maybe it's a webinar that you're doing and you're putting the replay. So you can still deliver your freebie, you know, in a PDF or by email, but also why not inviting them inside the member area for free? Well, they have access to a couple of free resources, but guess what? They can also see everything that's grayed out. Your course, your membership, a VIP program, a retreat that's coming up, a mastermind that's opening up, and they can see all of that. It is not only going to help build your authority. They're going to see everything that you can do, right? But it's also showing them what you can do. I mean, the number of people that I talk to that have said, oh, I didn't know you were doing that, right? And that's the reality, right? So often we meet someone for like a specific thing. We don't know the other things that they are doing. So having a free level is awesome. Is awesome because it's really getting one foot inside the member area. So they already have an account. And then from there, say they watch the freebie and it's a video. Below the video, there can be an offer, right? There can be an offer like either with a discount. It can be an offer that's good for like 48 hours, or it can just be like, if you'd like to take this further and continue the journey with me, I have a course XYZ, or I have a membership where we go deeper into that subject. Boom, right? So it's also a marketing tool because you can cross-sell, upsell your offers and things like that. I mean, now we're really getting into like the membership is actually a marketing machine, right? But it's really the idea. It can be that. But again, that's something that you build, over time. But I just wanted you to see like the possibilities. You can see I get all excited because we've built over 100 Access Ally sites now. So I've seen a lot of things. I have built sites for people that are just getting started, that are teaching scrapbooking. But I have also built memberships for seven-figure, coaches, right? So I know the spectrum, on how far you can go with a membership, right? And the flexibility that it gives you. So I'm glad we got to do this because I really wanted, when we had the conversation, you were like, what? So I'm glad we had that conversation because not a lot of people know that this is something they can totally add to their business. And it doesn't have to replace what they do. It can complement and it can help them, support more people. Oh, your cat again, Relinde.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Yes. Marianne was asking, did you learn the tech, Relinde? Yes, I did.
Yes, she did.
And so I made the classic mistake, absolutely. I also think it's kind of safe. It's like this stage in your business where you're like, I'm going to do this. Let's learn how to make a website, which is much less scary than just get out there, I don't know, do this.
Exactly. So it's a difference between being busy and being productive.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
I'm busy, I'm learning, I'm watching video, I'm buying courses, therefore I am moving forward. Well, you are moving forward. I don't know if you're getting closer to the goal, but there is time and time is money. Whether you're making money or not yet, time is money.
Absolutely. And it can just be very scary in the beginning to say, like, I'm going to hire somebody and pay a certain amount of money. Well, I don't know if it comes back, and that can just be that scary leap. But I started
exactly.
That's really
okay. Yeah. And honestly, there are a lot of people that have invested in, for nothing and have lost money. So I've done that as well. So I totally understand the concern, and that's why you have to be super clear on what it is that you want to do. Yeah. What you are going to do yourself, what you're going to need help with. Are you going to hire, or are you going to use a tool that does some of it and you're going to be okay with compromising with whatever that is? The goal is really to get moving. So you have to make that decision. I am going to invest, or I'm going to pick something that's going to have to be good enough for now.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to move forward. Yeah. If people think that they can purchase all the tools and learn all the tools, some people are going to make it. But I can tell you that a lot are not. And if they had gotten the help, then they would have been further down, in their business. And basically, the quicker you can implement, the quicker you can test and see if that works or not.
Yes.
If you're going to fail, you've got to fail fast.
Yeah.
Right?
I love that.
So you don't want to take 3 months, 6 months to build because it's a long time. Yeah. It's got to be, so we call it like the minimum viable product, a pilot program, a beta program, something that you can launch very quickly.
Yeah.
And that where you're going to be able to see right away So Marianne is asking, which tool do you recommend for the non-DIY, non-help version? So I don't recommend them because I don't know them enough, but the platforms that you can look at, and again, they're going to be limited. You might not be able to do what I talked to you about, but the Kajabi, the Teachable, the Thinkific. So it's Kajabi, Teachable, Thinkific. I don't know why I had the in front. Yeah. Kartra is very new, so I'm like, I don't know what to think about it. But those are all platforms where you pay monthly and you basically put in your content. So whatever functionality is there, then that's what it is. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to get progress tracking and things like that. So these are the tools, and they can be okay for you to get. It's better that you do this than you do nothing. Yeah. Right. Because then you can always, when you start making money, then you can always invest and have something that's more customized and that is a better fit for your audience, right? But you have to start somewhere. That's really important.
Yeah. Yeah. What I also see people doing is they just make a Facebook group and make videos in there in the beginning. And it works kind of as a beginning. Like if you don't want to spend any money and want to test out, I think it can be great. It's the downside is people can't navigate through it. It's harder to find like that one thing that they wanted to watch, but it can be a beginning.
So for that, I think this is my experience, right? With that kind of thing is that if you want to do that, then you really have to present it as a pilot, something that you're trying out, so that you set the expectations. Because let's face it, Facebook group, you can't search. It's a feed. It's not meant to be searchable and things like that. The number of times where I say, oh, somebody asked a question last week, and you go back and you can't find it. Yeah. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, right? So it's not made for that. Yeah. But I think I wanted to share something with you because there is a strategy that actually works really well if you have the mindset for it. It's to sell before you build. A lot of people do that, especially if you already have an audience on a list. Sell and then get people on an early bird price, and you say, this is the early bird price, right? Yeah. And it's going to open on, but if you purchase like between this and date and this date, you get it at this price locked forever. After this date, it's going to be the beta price. So that allows you to start, one, getting some money, but two, getting validation on the idea, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
really,
it
really forces you.
And sell it, and after that say, okay, Nathalie, let's go and build it, because I know that enough people are interested. Yes, and I do have people that come to me and that say, I have 50 members, I need this in like a week. And I'm like, well, they're lucky. That's something that we can build really fast because we've built a package for this type of thing, so we can do that. But it's one way. It's just a bit more stressful because I mean, you want to get your ducks in the row. I also have people that come to me and say, you know what, I want to do this. So I want to see if I want to work with you. Then I'm going to try to sell this thing. And if I can sell enough, I'll come back to you. Will you do it for me in that timeline for that price? And then if we agree, then they know I will be able to build that. Right? Amazing. I love
that. It's a different way of doing things. You know, it's selling before you're actually building. The great thing about this, it's actually achieving two really great things. The first one is that it's really forcing you to start talking about it before it's ready. Yeah. So that you don't have like your pretty website and then you hear crickets because nobody knows about that you've been working on this for like months, right? All this cool stuff. So it really forces you to start talking about it. And guess what? By talking about it, you're going to hear people actually telling you what their struggle is, where their pain is, and you use that to build your content.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Right? Great. Yeah. So really fits in all directions. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and another way, some people take it one step further, which is like when they actually start to build it, the first pieces of content, what we call the core content, is all going to be live content, meaning that they're going to do it live. Yeah. And then it's recorded, and they put it in the membership, and it will be the content for the future people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's what I've done as well.
So that when they record, they actually already teach, right? So, And it's perfect because you can adjust. I actually launched one course like several years ago when I was doing online courses. I launched a course that way. I sold it. And then I built the course for people. So it was not live, but I was building module by module based on what they were telling me. And they were like actually doing the work and stuff like that. It's a bit stressful because you have this period of time where you're doing a lot of live stuff and everything is time sensitive because you have committed to things and you don't have like 100% control over everything, right? So it's a bit stressful, but it's so rewarding because you're going to get your best content in there. It's really going to be targeted to those people that trusted you in the first place when you build that relationship.
I like that for two reasons as well. For one was like, so I teach a lot of movement, I come from a dance background, and when I started to do online, I was like, can I actually teach something online? Because I'm used to like touch people and like work with them in a space, and and that was so new for me. So this is specific for people that have been working offline. I think that's a great thing. If you do it live, for example on Zoom, you still see the people. Or you can kind of check in, like, did things land, which I really like now. It really helps me with making videos where people are not live. Really, really good. And there was another point why I wanted to say that I love this, and I forgot it. Oh, yes, because if you think, I'm going to make a course, and then you set a deadline, but nobody knows about it, we all know how easy it is to procrastinate. But if you have a group of people, and you said, next Monday, at this time, I'm going to teach it, you'll better show up, right?
Yes, accountability. That's called accountability. We are the worst. We are our worst accountability partners because we are okay with disappointing ourselves because our brain is making excuses. Yeah. Or it's because I didn't sleep well because my child, didn't sleep at all last night or stuff like that. I have 3 kids, so I feel I can say that. So, it's that. So, and for some people, they can really have their why is so strong. We haven't talked about that, but their why they want to do it is so strong that they really have their drive and they can keep that focus. They can go. And then for some people that really could use more help, in getting focus and being told, yes, you can do it. Just go the next step. You don't have to know the whole path. Nobody knows the whole path. Nobody knows.
No.
Nobody knows. Yeah, but you have to take the first step. Nobody knows.
No. Wow, that's really good advice as well. You just have to take the first step and then build from there. You don't know everything. You can make a plan, but you might have to adjust and change.
Exactly. And then as a coach, if you have a coach, great. If you don't have a coach, it's not like you need a coach, but you need to be surrounded by people and have accountability. Other than your friend and your family who don't want to disappoint you either, right? And they are not your target and they are not in your business. So they're going to say, yeah, it's awesome. Great idea. Go for it. No, you don't want that either. I mean, it's nice that they support you, but it's not the kind of accountability and validation that you need. And we all need that. We need to share and we need people to tell us this is a great idea, or I think you should do this, or you should do that. It's so empowering. And then you return the favor. You do it to people as well. And that is just as empowering to just be of service. I mean, that, right? I did all these lives, this Facebook Live every day for like, how long? 3 months, 4 months? I don't know. I did a lot.
Yeah.
And it is so empowering. I mean, the number of emails and PMs that I got from people, it's overwhelming that you can actually make people feel that way. And that really empowered me. That is such strong feelings. Like being generous is actually coming back to you a lot. You have to do it to experience it, but it's also a big part to showing up for others and then engaging with people. It's just being there. And when you do that, you don't have time to do the tech. So hire or find the tools that can do almost what you want. Yeah. Mihabela says, I need to hear this. Yeah. We all do. I do too. My background is in tech. I am a software engineer. I've worked for 10 years in the Silicon Valley in a research lab in the biotech department. So I build software. I could hide behind my computer and build software applications all day, right? I could, build my own membership plugin if I wanted to. but that is not going to serve me. Even things like I have people building the membership. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be out there doing what I do right now, doing my Facebook Live, interviewing, experts and things like that, because that's how I'm going to grow my business. That's how people get to know me, and I get to generously share what I have learned, and I get so much in return.
Yes, absolutely. And it's so valuable because you have so much like insights that so need to be shared and told. So that's really, really valuable. So what did you do to get yourself to that point, like to start sharing more and do the Facebook Lives? And like, if you say, I'm actually like, more easily for me to hide, but you got yourself out there. How did you?
Well, my why is really, really big. I have 3 kids, 2 in college. One is in Quebec. One is on the other side of France. So that costs a lot of money. So that's the first why, right? Yeah. And my kids are everything for my husband and I. They are everything. They are the reason we do everything that we do, and we want to provide for them so that they can have the best, chance at life. So that's our commitment to them. That's why we moved back from. We were living in San Francisco. We moved back to France so we could start the business here. And the cost of living, and of course, we are south of France. So I'm not going to complain about that. But all that we did is for them. This is what we do. This is our business. This is how it supports our family. And I can be there to pick up my daughter from school and everything. So that's why we are entrepreneurs today. But the way I did it is I hired help.
Yeah,
I've hired multiple 5-figure coaches. So the reason I'm telling you the amount is not because you need to hire multiple 5 figures, just because the fact that you made such a big investment is is a step in itself. Okay. Yeah. Now I don't have a multiple 5-figure coaching program. But I'm just saying, like, this is the step. I had to go like really, and then my husband said yes. I mean, we felt like my mindset was I was not born an entrepreneur. I'm very shy. I am an introvert. I'm like, I would rather stay, at home and just not meet anybody. That's what I was. So I knew I had to get out of that. And I needed help for that. I realized that I needed help for that. So I've had various coaches. They vary, like most I stay with like a year. I've got like a big mastermind group of 12 ladies. Actually, I was in Nathalie Lucier's mastermind. Yeah. For a year. You're the Daring Business Cultivators. Yeah.
And you're got certified with her programs,
yes, right? I am certified with, So I was back when she had a mastermind coaching program. So I was with her, and that allowed us to go from 6-figure to multiple 6 figures. And that was in 2013, I think. Okay, or 14 or something like that, right? And then for several years I didn't have a coach, and then now I hired another coach. It's more like a group coaching, but it's still high hand. And we started last September, and it ends in October. And actually, I'm going to San Diego for our last mastermind retreat in 2 weeks.
Amazing.
But I need that. Not everybody needs it. I know I need it. I need that accountability. I need that push.
Yeah.
And every time I go, I come back with so many, not so many ideas, but so much more momentum of what I need to do. And then the great connections, that we make. So.
Yeah, I love what you said also, like, I'm a software developer. I'm not an entrepreneur. You weren't that, now you are, definitely, but you weren't that, so you have to learn it. And that's actually now also what you're doing for other people. So I remember
absolutely
about 5 years ago, thought, I don't want to make dance performances and teach only because I can't scale it. I'm going to be so tired. I was so tired at that time. So I love the idea that people with lots of content, with lots of things to share, can use the internet and membership sites because it's so empowering. Because these kind of professions are very difficult to scale. They're very hard, or like they just demand a lot from your system. And the work that you're doing, helps people like that, like us, basically, to be able to get out there. So I really,
Absolutely.
really love that. Marianne says it is. I need to tell myself sometimes to get my butt into gear because I can't be paying my coach €1,000 each month and not take steps in my business. And that totally helps, which is perhaps kind of embarrassing. No, we all know that.
The reality. It's the reality. It's the reality. I mean, when comes the time for the coaching call, you're like, oh, did I do my work? You know, if I pay for it, might as well be worth it. We're all like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Nothing to be ashamed about.
And you know, one thing that I wanted to mention, because we talked about like the live and showing up and stuff like that, you can totally do your content with like slides, PowerPoint presentation. You don't have to show your face if you don't. I mean, some people feel like I am online, I have to show my face.
Yeah.
The reality is people can see you, then they're going to make a connection much faster, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like you have to show up live. You can share slides. It can be audio. You know, there are other ways to do this. So because that's another level. It's like, how do you get, you know, for a long time, you know, I'm not in my office here. My background here is very ugly. There is no light. And I'm still doing it. I still did my Facebook Lives. I showed up.
Yeah.
I hated every minute of it. Every time I looked at it, I'm like, this is looking awful. Why can't we just paint this white, right? So at least it will be better. But I did it anyway.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's an excuse. It's an excuse, right? And some people probably said, you know, like, our office is ugly. Well, this is not my office for once, but it's good enough. Because it's not about my background. It's about my message.
No, I watched a lot of your Facebook Lives and I was never like, why was that wall not painted? I didn't care about that.
That's what I can see. That's what I can see every time I see the video. That's what I can see. Yeah. But so it's really a work in progress. Yeah. You know, you were saying.
Sorry. Mirabella says, sounds so much like me, Nathalie. Connections, accountability partners, coming out of my shell. Yeah, finding the why.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's what it is. And at your own pace, just making sure that you are always moving forward. You know, one thing we mentioned is I said I was an entrepreneur. My husband actually has always been one. And I have this story that actually told on stage, because I actually spoke on stage at Nathalie Lucier's event in 2015, maybe.
Yeah.
And I told that story is that my husband actually fired me twice. Not once, but twice, because I was acting like an employee. I was not acting as an entrepreneur. And he was right.
Yeah.
So just to tell you that it hasn't been easy.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
It's and then you have to make decision. Do I want to run towards the resistance? You have to run toward the resistance. If you avoid the resistance, it's never going to be easy. You always have to challenge yourself. There always needs to be something challenging, right? Otherwise, you're not moving. And that's why in parallel, you also have to celebrate even the small wins, because you cannot be challenging yourself all the time and not celebrate even the small wins. You're gonna feel like you're always running after something and it's never good enough. And we've done that.
Yeah. Yes.
And in all that balance, you can figure it out on your own. You can have accountability buddies, which are just people like you who want to support each other. That can be free, that can be a paid mastermind group, or you can hire a coach that you're really comfortable with, that you feel can really understand your message and help you get there at your own pace, challenging you when it's the right time, and just stepping back when maybe it's too much and you have to take a step back and say, okay, do I really want to do this?
Yeah. Also, when I look back, when it's too much, or as I just heard Marianne when she was saying, like, or Mirabella is like, I'm on that place, I have to do more. And yes, that's true. Often you have to break through resistance. And I also, when I look back, I see just needed time, because I went through quite a transformation from being like choreographer and really an art world in the Netherlands to like an online entrepreneur working internationally, all that. So it was kind of a transformation, or a big transformation, and it just needed time. It just needed time for me to settle in, like, what is it then that I'm doing? And that is, I wanted to like compassionately say to everybody that's like, I need to, push myself. Yes, sometimes yes, and sometimes give yourself a break.
Exactly. Exactly. And my coach says, my current coach says, stop beating yourself up. Your past doesn't define your future.
No.
So you did things, you maybe make mistakes, call them experiences.
Yeah.
They made you who you are right now.
Yeah.
You have more knowledge and more expertise because of it. So you have to take the most out of it. And you have to stop beating ourselves up. There are things we don't do because we tried in the past and it didn't work. So therefore, it's not going to work either right now, right? So it's like Henry Ford says, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Yeah. I also heard somebody else told me, like, with everything you say, like, I can't, like, if you say so, I can.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you say so, then you can. If you say so, you can't. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good. Okay, I would like to. I mean, we could talk forever. I love this.
Yes, we could.
Really, really good. I just want people to know that if they are excited about this and would like to, like, be in touch with you, what can they do? Like, how can they reach you? Well,
they can PM me on Facebook, or they can go to newsoftwaremarketing.com, and there is probably a place somewhere where I do have, like, you can schedule like a free chat with me, just if you want to talk.
Okay, so, great.
And it's not like I am pitching, because I hate it and I would probably suck at it. But I love to speak to people. I think, like, I write down everybody I speak to. I have like 360 notes in my Evernote of free consultation that I do. Wow. Just because I learn so much. People feel like they are asking, but I'm also hearing, I'm also listening to their struggles, to what they're looking for. So it's helping me as well, right? Yes. So
I love that. Okay, great. So we can all, like, write you, message you, ask for free consultation, and not feel bad if right now I'm not building my site yet, or.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. I would definitely recommend people to do that. It's very, very valuable. And I just wanted to, Mirabella said, challenge yourself, but celebrate wins often. Yes, it's a transition and a transformation. Absolutely.
Love it.
Yeah. Really good. Beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to add that we haven't covered yet?
Let me see. I think we covered a lot.
I think so. I was like, for an hour now, which is lovely. Yeah. I want to thank so much the people that were here and were watching. Yeah. If there's anyone that wants to ask a question, then now is your last chance. And Mirabella says, you're such a breath.
Thank you. Thank you. This is, this is exactly why I do this. Because then now I'm going to be super pumped, and I'm going to write an email to my list, and I'm going to share this, and that's how I'm going to make engagement, and people are going to reply and say, thanks so much, I needed this. This is exactly what it is. It's like showing up as you are. It's the easiest thing to do with your flaws, with your ugly background, everything. Just be you, and you're going to attract the people you're meant to work with.
Yeah, great. I absolutely love that. What I love about you as well, that you're so tech, and with this whole very tech background, but at the same time so mindset set. And so what we really need to really understand, I can so feel you. If I come to you with my membership site, it's more than that. You really understand what you're doing, and I don't have to. You would just build me something. But you would actually guide me through it as well.
Yeah. And anyone can go through that in their business. It hasn't always been this way. It's because I had that breakthrough that now I am comfortable sharing it with others, because I have been through that. Until I was still in my thing, building website and just that, and struggling to get one client after the other, I couldn't talk about this. I'm not the kind of person to actually teach what I don't do, right? What I haven't gone through. So anybody can get to that level and be super confident about sharing their expertise and their experience.
Yes. So. Yeah, and just share where you're at now, and then keep it growing. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome.
We'll. I'm sure we'll be back. We'll talk.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for showing up, guys. Bye.
Thanks.